Welcome into Entei's Inferno podcast. This is episode 0. This episode isn't really about content yet. It's not really an episode. I guess it is. It's about why this podcast exists and what it's meant to be. If you found this because you collect Pokemon, or because the name sounded familiar, or just because you were curious, well, I'm glad you're here. The Pokemon hobby is louder than it's ever been. I mean, there's people buying and selling everywhere. Everybody's trying to tell you what to do and who to talk to and what to buy. There's more content, more opinions, more speculation, more pressure to keep up. And none of that is necessarily bad. And there are a lot of great creators, a lot of smart people, and a lot of entertaining voices out there. But somewhere along the way, the volume got turned up so high that a lot of us stopped hearing ourselves. We just wanted to do what everybody else was doing, or what everybody else was collecting, or investing. I think a lot of people love this hobby, but don't always love how it feels anymore. People just are different now. And that doesn't mean they stopped caring. It doesn't mean they're doing anything wrong. It just usually means the noise started to drown out. What made collecting feel good in the first place is just not what is in the vibes anymore. This podcast exists to slow that all down, not to fix the hobby, not to lecture anyone, not to tell you what you should or shouldn't collect. Just to create a quiet place to think, to talk about Pokemon as culture, not just cardboard, to talk about why people collect, why certain things matter, and why other things don't. Not everything in the hobby needs to mean something, unless it means something to you. This show is about collecting psychology, in a way. Trust between buyers and sellers, show experiences, pricing behavior, burnout, and enjoyment, because that's what the hobby's all about. And the things people feel about the hobby and don't always fit into a post or a hot take, blazing take, shout out my Instagram. This podcast also has boundaries. It's not a news show. It's not speculation. It's definitely not financial advice. And it's not here to win arguments. If you're looking for hype, there are amazing content creators doing that. This just isn't that. This is going to be slower, calmer, and more reflective. This podcast is for people who collect because it means something to them. For people who enjoy the ritual, sorting cards, sorting bulk, going to shows, looking at and appreciating the artwork, remembering why they all started, the nostalgia of it. It's for people who sometimes feel behind or unsure or quietly overwhelmed. And it's for people who want to enjoy the hobby without needing permission from anyone else. At the end of the day, nobody can and cannot tell you what you like or what you should collect. And speaking about being overwhelmed, that's something that I've personally run into. After going to my first show, I vended a couple times, and then I decided to walk a show for the first time. And let me tell you, I was overwhelmed. Between the people that had prices, the people that didn't have prices, the people that were talking to me when I walked up to the table, to the people that ignored me when I walked up to the table. I didn't know what to do. My head was spinning. I took a step back and I told myself I wasn't going to do it again until I was ready. I just recently walked a show on my own. I had a blast. All in all, this show is meant to be listened to and not watched. Whether it's in the car, on a walk, at the gym, during a run, while you're sorting cards and bulks or building a deck, or winding down from a long day of work. You don't need to agree with everything that I say. You don't need to take notes during this. If one thought sticks with you, the episode did its job. That's what I'm here for. I just want to help. Going forward, the episodes will be short and focused. Themes will repeat because the important things usually do. Topics will come from real experiences, not trends. At least I'm going to try to. And this show will grow slowly and intentionally because trust is built over time, not through downloads. If you're still listening, thank you for giving me your time. Episode 1 is live or coming next, and that's where the real conversation begins. I'll leave you with the idea that sits at the center of this whole podcasting thing that I'm doing. You ready? One calm thought at a time about the Pokemon hobby most people feel but don't say out loud.